Hi, today we're going to do a short standing workout. So this is great when you can't get down to the mat, you've just got to fit something in, you just want to stretch. I'm going to start with some breathing exercises. So we'll just stand up straight, pull those ribs together like a vest. I've talked about that before, and if you want me to do a quick review, maybe I should do that. Think of your straps pulling your shoulders up. Shoulder blades come down the back and they kind of widen and wrap around and button up. There's your vest. So we're going to refer to your vest buttoning up, zipping up your pants, tightening it, lifting your navel up and back on an angle so it comes out the top of your shoulder blades. So you've got that angling up, tailbone down, so the shoulders, the vest, the neck is long. Let's put your hands on the sides of your ribs and take a big inhale. Count in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, keep going with that counting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and see if you can feel those ribs expanding and breathing out into the sides of your ribs and contracting as you exhale. Don't lose any of your length. Do one more of those. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. So just standing here balancing, I just want you to bring your heels together and put a fist width distance between your big toes. You're just going to hold that position for a moment. Breathe, pull everything in, pull those shoulders back, stand a little bit taller, come up on your toes. You can't see my feet, but I promise you my heels are together, toes are apart, and I'm just going to keep those toes down on the floor. Good. Do a couple more of those. I'm going to walk back here where you can see my feet, and we're going to hold those heels together, go up on your toes, and down on those heels. So I want you to stretch the heels away from your upper body, stretch your upper body up to the ceiling, pull those two parts of your body. So my pink half is going up, my black half is going down, squeezing in the middle. I've got my vest buttoned up, my navel pulling in, zipping up my pants. I'm going to come forward a little bit on this one so you can see what I'm going to ask of you next. I want you to pull all of that together. Take one leg, lift it slightly, squeeze your glute, pull the leg back. When you do that, your leg goes into a natural slight outward rotation, which is your Pilates, on your way to your Pilates stance. Bring the foot forward, back under your hip. Do the same thing with the other leg. Lift that foot slightly, squeeze your glute, squeeze your hamstring back, keep squeezing it, keep engaging it as you bring that foot forward. When you look down at your feet now, you should still be in that Pilates stance, only you're there from a much more anatomically sort of naturally derived way. So keep pulling all of that in. Pull those ribs together. Think of your height. Now I want you to walk back to a wall. We need a wall for this series of exercises. And we're going to pull those ribs back. Now our feet can stay in Pilates stance. However, they need to come forward. How far forward should they come? Depends on your level of connection to the wall. So you want to keep those ribs pulling into the wall. You want the waist to make some contact, and you want your pelvis to be vertical, not tucked, and not inverted back. You want it to be very vertical and all of that connecting. Ideally, your head is against the wall as well, or against the door, but that might be tough for some of you if you've got really tight shoulders, a tight neck, and you're trying to remember the lid on your jar or your bottle cap on the bottle. You want to make sure that your upper part of your body fits nicely over your hips, so the spacing between your bottom rib and your hip in the front and the back is the same, so that when you're up against the wall, you're not losing any of that, you're not compressing, you're staying nice and tall. Feet are as far forward as you need to, and bend the knees. So I'm letting my knees go wide. I'm staying in Pilates stance for this first set here, getting the shoulders back, pulling the ribs back, pulling the ribs together, and those straps pulling the shoulder blades up and back. We're going to start with a simple single arm alternating reach. One arm reaches up to the ceiling while the other hand reaches to the floor. And switch. Big inhales and big exhales. Reach through that top arm, reach through the bottom arm. As you're making these transitions, can you push your shoulder blades into the wall? Can you keep that sacrum, tailbone, rib area against the wall? All of that stays connected, right? Last one like this, bring both arms down. Find that connection through your ribs. Find the connection through your heels. Bring both arms up together. Inhale. Exhale. As you're moving your arms up, you'll notice your ribs want to pop off and pull away from the wall. You need to keep them connected. You need to keep the pulling down. You need to find that length and that spacing between the front, bottom of your rib and your hip. We'll make this the last one. We'll go into some big circles. Keep pushing the shoulder blades back. Yeah, we'll do one more in this direction, and then we'll reverse. We do this laying down on the mat as well. It's just a nice alternative, different place to do these exercises. And last one. These exercises were often referred to as the ending exercises. You did them after a mat workout, but there's no reason why you can't do them as your workout. Separate your feet. Feet are parallel, hip width apart, and you're going to bend those knees, come down a little bit lower, make sure that you're still making that connection with the wall. You're going to go as low as you comfortably can. Keep it there. Keep everything against the wall. Slide back up the wall. Slide down the wall. Keep that pelvis connection. Keep the sacrum connection. Keep the ribs connected. Keep lifting that sternum up, right? Now we can add the arms. We can lift the arms with the inhale as we go down. And exhale, and like you're pushing down on those bicycle pumps, your body goes up and you connect with those arms. Inhale, go down. And exhale, come up. And as you're doing it, we're going to do a couple more of these. See if you can go a little bit lower. Maybe your thighs can be parallel to the floor. Just try not to tuck that pubic bone forward as you come up. Keep pulling that belly in. Keep pulling the ribs back. Inhale and exhale. Great. We're going to step away from the wall. And I'm just going to grab a couple more things here. If you've got a towel handy, a narrow towel, just throw it down on the floor. You're going to stand on that. Keep your feet on the towel and lift alternating knees. So we're working on some balance here. You can bring those arms into this genie position. You can put your hands on your hips. You want to keep engaging and working on all of the stuff that I was talking about earlier. And alternating knees up, and we're going to stop there. We can take those knees out wide. And you want to try and maintain this vertical, straight line. Try not to let your body fall out of alignment. Keep it nice and strong. We're going to bring that knee back to the center. We're going to do a little balance test. Bring a knee up. Clasp that knee with both hands. Stand tall. Push the bottom foot into the floor. And see if you can hold that here for another count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place that foot down. How did we do there? Pick the other foot up. Hand under the knee. Hold it, press that foot down, pull the shoulders down, pull the ribs together, hold it for another count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet go down. We're going to go back into our Pilates stance, and we'll just review how we got there. A couple of ways. You can just look for that fist distance, or you can take that leg back, squeeze the glute, squeeze the glute, squeeze the glute, put the foot back down. Same thing on the other leg. This leg is going to stay engaged. We're going to squeeze the glute, pull the hamstring back. That makes your leg rotate. So when you bring your heels back together, you're in your natural Pilates stance. Curl your toes up. All 10 of them, including that pinky. Put them back down. I'll step back a little bit so you can see that. Curl those toes up, 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 and put them back down. Keep engaging your inner thighs. Keep engaging, zipping your pants up, buttoning up your vest, pulling those shoulder blades down and wide. Pick up those toes, pick them up, pick them up, pick them up. Yep, and then put them down. Good. This time I want you to lift your arches. Just think about what that means. Sometimes it helps to think about pulling your inner thighs or your thighs up. and lift the arches, relax them. Do that again, lift those arches, working the feet here, foundation of standing. One more time, 4 is a good number here, I think that's 4 anyway, and then relax those arches. We are going to do the combination of the arches and the toes. So curl, lift those arches, lift those toes, get everything working. Oh, pick up the pinkies, and then relax. Let's start with toes up, arches working. A lot going on there. Squeeze those inner thighs, squeeze those heels together, and relax. Again, inner thighs, toes, arches, pick it all up. Pick them up, spread them out as best as you can, and release. Keeping those heels together, we're coming up on your toes and down. So this is that one that I caution about, pitching forward and leaning back. There's a little bit of that, but you're really ideally trying to go straight up. Keep your heels together, keep your inner thighs engaged, right? So we're gonna do what's called the 2x4 exercises. And 2x4 because it was done on an upholstered 2x4. And today we're just going to use the floor, but you certainly can progress to doing it on some hard surface that's long enough and stable enough. Sometimes I've even said do it on the bottom step as long as you can hang on to something and you're not in danger of falling. Okay, inner thighs. You've got that wrap, you've got those glutes engaged, heels, toes, feet have been working, everything's firing, ribs, chest up, zip. Let's lift those heels, stay up there, stay balanced, bend your knees, sliding straight down your pole, drop your heels, zip up those legs. Good, you can do this with your hands on your hips, you can do this with your arms in a genie position, lower those heels, zip up those legs. You choose whichever one feels like it's the best for you, bend those knees, and you can certainly hang on to something. Lower, bend those knees, lower the heels. I have what's called a gondola pole, which is just a 6-foot pole with rubber casters on it. You can certainly, might be a bit much for at-home use, but if you've got something nearby like that, you can use. So we finished that, knees, heels down. We do the reverse now. We start with the legs straight, squeezing, bend your knees, keep your heels down, slide straight down your pole, pick up those heels, straighten your legs. Good. Back down. Bend the knees. Heels stay down. Pull that belly in. Lift the heels. Straighten the legs. One more time. 2 more times. You know me and counting. Lift the heels. Straighten those legs. Lifting everything up, 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 up. Heels come down. Last time. Bending the knees. Keep those heels together. Keep them pressing down. This is work for your ankles. That flexion that we lose as those calendar pages turn. Good, shake it all out, that's nice. We're gonna go back to the wall. If you've got a TheraBand, a stretchy band, grab it. If not, you can just use the towel you were standing on. Bending those knees slightly so that you can get that back against the wall, pelvis against the wall, ribs against the wall. Take that band and stretch it. Pull the shoulders down. Pull those elbows down. Let's make a goal post with our arms. We're going to keep that goal post pulled down. Where I want you to feel the work is in your upper back, those shoulder blades. Pull your armpits towards your waist. Straighten the arms up. Bonus if you can get your elbows, backs of your arms, and your palms, or the knuckle side of your hands right up against the wall. That's just a bonus. Without sticking your ribs out. Good. Do a couple more of those. And then we can use that band and do that same lift and lower we were doing before. But let's take this into a side bend here. Take it over to the side, reach, reach. I'm keeping my back against the wall. I'm not sticking out my hip. I'm going to stretch my arms and keep my back, both sides of my waist long. Bring the arms back to center and let's change. This side is going to be better. I've got a pulled muscle on my right side, which is preventing a better stretch there. And let's do that again. So again, here you can try and get your hands against the wall, the forearms against the wall. Not necessary, but certainly a bonus, and you can measure your progress that way. And reach. An alternative to the band with this one would be to put your hands behind your head and have those elbows pulling wide. Last one like this. We'll come back to center. Good. So we're making sure that the whole body's connected. Keep stretching that band. We're going to just rotate ever so slightly. I'm going to keep my pelvis, I'm going to keep most of my rib cage on the wall, and I'm going to rotate and bend towards my right knee. Come back to the wall. This is a modified saw, standing saw, and rotate to the left. Bring that right shoulder across, maybe even a little bit of a crisscross, and rotate again. So you're not so much going sideways this time, it's more of a forward rotation, and it's the opposite shoulder coming towards the opposite knee while you maintain the rib cage and pelvis against the wall. And back up and rotate and over. We'll do one more on each side. See if you can get a little bit more rotation. So the back hand, try and lift it up to the ceiling as you're pulling the opposite shoulder across. The opposite hip stays on the wall. Center yourself. Let's do that last time on the other side. Top arm reaches up, opposite shoulder across, opposite hip anchors against the wall, and center yourself. Very nice. Good. Let's get rid of that. Come back to standing, heels together, inner thighs. Squeeze everything. We're just going to go up on the toes. Balance. Stay there. Hold. Breathe deeply. Pull it all together. Lower those heels. Leave your head on the ceiling. Keep stretching up, up, up. So like I said before, stretching my pink part of my body up to the ceiling. Legs down to the floor. Let's do that again. Bring it up with the arms. Inhale. Stay up nice and tall. If you can, bring those arms around. Keep your balance. Stay tall. And then lower those heels. Pull the bottom half of your body away from the top half. Leave your head on the ceiling. One more time. Arms come up. Big inhale. Exhale those arms around. Good. Stay up on your heels. Reverse your arms. Arms come up to the ceiling. Stay there. Keep those arms up there. Lower your heels. Keep reaching up to the ceiling. Release your arms down. Arms come up, heels come up. Everything stays up. Hands reach for that ceiling. In my case, touch the ceiling, lower the heels down, and then release the arms. One more time. Big inhale, up. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. Lower the heels, lower the heels, lower the heels. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching. Keep that length. Release the arms, and you're all set. That's just a quick little exercise that you can do. There's some other standing arm work that we can do with little weights or little cans or whatever you have handy, and we'll try that again next time. Thanks.